Yo, YouTube, I did do a reaction to this gameplay right here for Extra Life Streety, but unfortunately my audio was messed up, so I'm having to do this quick voiceover real quick just for this section of the video. So what we're going to get into in this video is going to be talking about Mdickie and the community's reaction to Extra Life Streety, and honestly, it has not been the best so far. So I got this gameplay pen in the black while explain this before we get on to the actual video, but pretty much Extra Life Streety, he dropped some quick gameplay, which you guys are seeing right now, and the community has responded to it on Reddit and whatnot, explaining that they kind of just seeing that it's just the same game as Hard Time 3. As you guys can see in the back, there's just like the gameplay shown from Extra Life Streety is the exact same map as Hard Time 3 and Old School, and fans have caught on to this. They kind of give their opinion on it, and Mdickie response to it is not the best, and that's what we're going to really much get into in this video, is Mdickie's response and how I think he could have went about it better. And let me guys know what you think about it too. If we go over here to Mdickie's Twitter, we can go right here on this post right here. I just saw this, and let's look at the original thing right here on Reddit. Alright, he says the map of Extra Life 3D seems to be the same as Hard Time 3D, and the map of Hard Time was similar to Old School, and that game maps was similar to Wrestling Empires. It's just repetition. I know he's a single person, but it really is just, it's time for him to either hire or take a year or something to build, because I don't want to get so hyped for for Extra Life 3D just to not play it after a week. We really need new maps. I think the old Mdickie games are not dead yet because they had different universes, but everything seems to be copy and pasted now. And I don't agree with everything he said here, but I do agree with some of the stuff that the dude said here. So the stuff that I do agree with is, yeah, we are seeing a lot of repetition in these maps. Like, we're not really getting nothing new. Like, we get a new game, and then there's like one or two new maps, something like that. We get, because like Hard Time 3, the only thing he added was the trailer park, the prison, and the courtyard. Like, that was 3 maps. Like, they kind of feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it's feeling like the exact same game, and I know a lot of people are feeling that same way too. I've caught on to it since Hard Time 3, Hard Time 3D or 3D or 3. Jeez. But yeah, I caught on to it ever since then, and I realized, like, we're not really getting much, new in these games. Like, it's a lot of copy and paste, and obviously he's one person, so I don't expect a whole lot from him, so I don't really trip about it. But people are starting to notice it, and it's starting to make the new releases and new games that he's dropping just not seem as hype anymore, because we've seen in the gameplay, like, we're literally getting the exact same map. Like, we've already explored this map hundreds of hours. It's like it's kind of like, all right, like, I feel like if he's going to drop these games, we need to have new, we need to start having just like whole new maps fleshed out. Like, and obviously he should be taking like a lot of time off if to do that. Like, I don't expect him to drop that every couple months, you feel me? But Mdickie did reply to this. He said, I get it, called it. In fact, I don't like making the same old games anymore than you like playing them. Just as long as they won't be taking shape quickly or cheaply. If every game has to be made from scratch. Then if we go over here on Reddit, somebody posted him, his tweet replying to it, and one of the comments that I do want to look at here is this guy right here, LMW. He said, I'm not gonna look at this first part right here, but I do agree with this second part right here. I strongly agree with this, because he said, because right now Matt's stuck in a loop where he's reading incredibly aggravating demands of his fan base. Literally every top comment I see is him asking to do something, which has been the case for years. I've noticed that too, and he gets angry as a consequence. Matt, you're never going to be loved by everybody. That's a sad fact of life. Instead of constantly replying to the trolls and trying to change their minds, just do what you want to do, passion of it. This is one thing I've noticed too about Matt, is he gets very, like, he I don't want to explain it like 100%, but like, he looks at criticism way too much. He pays way too much mind to it. Like, if anybody's talking bad about this game, like, it could be like one person says a tweet about, oh yeah, Hard Time 3 was just not that good. He's going to reply to it on his main Twitter and have a whole entire post dedicated to this one guy, and he does this all the time. Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, obviously not everybody's going to love your game. You just have to take that on the chin and keep pushing. But he doesn't. He gets really upset by it. Like, if anybody trash talks his game. And like it even shows like him being on the Mdickie Reddit, and then looking at like I don't care about him being on Mdickie Reddit, but him looking at like him looking at people post like that, and then replying to a singular post from Reddit. It's like, come on, bro. You don't really got to go out your way to do that. There's just a lot of time and energy for what. Yeah, and a lot of people think this is like new, but like I've said, he's been doing this for a long time now. Like, I honestly think he would be better as like his games would be better in general if he just stopped caring about what people think about him and just do what he wants to do and what he's passionate in. We would see a lot better, games, maybe even more creativity. All right, and the last post I want to look at here, or a tweet by Mdickie, is probably going to make a lot of people not happy with him, because I mean, he kind of lost it right here. I'm not going to cap. So let's start from the original of this post right here, which goes all the way back to when Mdickie updated Hard Time 3 for the Hard Time 3D. I don't know what to call it. Is it 3 or 3D? I don't know. But when he updated Hard Time, the new one, and he added the original map or the original prison block from the OG game back in, then this dude said, please update Hard Time 3 like the original. Honestly, if I was mad, I would just ignore this post right here. Like, no shade to this dude, obviously. Like, but as a game creator, you would just think to ignore this. Like, you know what you're doing with your game. Like, come on. This dude said he wants Hard Time 3 to be like the one from like 2000 or something. I don't know why Matt takes the time. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know why he takes the time out of his day to reply to one person like this. But he says, the original had no outside world. He's correct. No vehicles or animals, no police work with chains or cuffs, no camera options, no multiple choice dialogue. I gotta disagree with that. I definitely remember Hard Time, the original, having multiple choice options. No jumping, climbing, tunneling, no multiplayer, fake food with no dual wheel, and limited moveset. Very correct. Very, very correct in most of that. And then he quotes tweet that with after a couple months, like, why does he even remember making this post a couple months ago? Goes back to it because people are now criticizing Extra Lives 3D. He goes back to it and quotes tweets it again a couple hours ago. And this is what he says. It wasn't me who underdelivered. It was a new generation of ADHD suffering marks who couldn't hold a pen long enough to sign for the delivery. Add me to the list of developers who don't want to make sense of your BS anymore. And Matt, like, come on, bro. This is not what you should be posting, bro. This is not it at all. Like, what are we doing here, bro? You're calling your entire new fan base, by the way. Because all the people who used to play the original Hard Time 3, bro, they're all grown. Like, come on, they're not playing Mdickie games anymore. So he just called his entire fan base ADHD suffering marks who couldn't hold a pen long enough to sign for delivery. Matt, what are we doing here? Why are we criticizing our fan base like this? Because they're giving you, it's not even like they're giving this man horrible feedback. These are genuine fans of his game. And they're just saying, hey, Matt, like, we're kind of getting the same map every game. Can we just get a little bit more? Like, I understand if you got to take a little bit of time to make this game. Like, we don't expect you to just drop a game every year or something like that. They give him feedback and all this. And this is what he replies with. Like, that one dude, that was not a hate comment. Like, this was like a genuine just like feedback. Like, I want Hard Time to be like the original. Obviously, like I said, if I was Matt, I would have just ignored this because you know what you're doing with your game. But he takes the time out of his day to reply to it. Replies to it months later too. Because now that Extra Lives is, getting traction and people are, not really buying it. He spazzes out and says this, bro. And then this guy right here says, why are you tweeting about stupid stuff? Add some to your game, add contract signing with multiple match types. Now this dude just rage betting or something, bro, because, and then Matt's probably gonna reply to this too. All right, and to wrap this up, I gotta say I do understand where Matt's coming from, but obviously like him attacking his own fan base and all that is a little uncalled for. So hopefully he deletes the tweets, apologizes. He's probably not. I mean, I don't really care, but I still am hyped for Extra Lives 3D. Hoping it's gonna be a good game, and yeah, I just want to talk about this because it has been a trending topic in the Mdickie community, and I feel like why not, give it some voice. Let me guys know what you guys think about it, and yeah, man, pretty crazy day in the Mdickie community, man. Let me guys know what you think about it. It's been your boy Young Fro. I'm out though. Peace.